Hello, I'm Tanesha Harris, and you're watching So Cool Entertainment.
Hi, Tanesha. So glad you can be here with us today. We have a few questions we'd like to ask you, and I'm sure our viewers would like to know as well.
Sweet.
Were you raised here in Portland?
No, Southern California. I'm from San Bernardino, Los Angeles area.
Okay, what brought you up here to Portland?
School.
Did your family move here with you, or?
No, came up here by myself.
Oh, wow. Very brave. At what age did you come here?
19. I'm 41, period, on period.
Oh, wow. You're looking good.
Thank you.
How'd you get started doing hair?
I've been doing hair since I was like 13, 12 on my nieces, and just continue it. And through school, that was my side hustle. So when I got older, after I graduated from Portland State and had some kids, it was best to have your own business and be able to navigate your schedule and still get the money that you deserve. And so I went back and did school for hair and opened my shop in 2013.
Oh, okay. So did you have family influence you to do hair?
Yes, my big sister is the hair guru. Shout out Fatima Samuel,
Okay. So what education and training did you have to undergo to become a hairdresser?
Well, most of this is natural. You kind of get it on your own. But what's behind it is the certification. A license is what kind of certify you to be a professional. But a lot of stylists do professional work before they become a stylist. But when you get certified, it enhances on like skin and nails and hair, everything that kind of ties into the hair that you didn't think tied in before. So I guess you kind of get more on the law side of hair versus actual the skill.
Okay. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your hair salon.
Hair Haven. It is located in downtown Gresham. It's been there for 8 years. We're going on 9. It is the first Black-owned business in Gresham, and still currently the only, I believe I'm still the only Black-owned business out there. We waiting for more Black-owned businesses to arrive and show up, but they're coming. So yeah, downtown Gresham.
Okay, and what are your hours of operation?
10 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday.
Oh, okay. And for people who are wanting to book a hair appointment, do you have a platform that you use for scheduling?
So everyone is using Instagram, and the scheduling site is on there in the bio. It is Vagaro is who I use. Most people use Style Seed or whatnot, but mine is Vagaro. So when you click on Hair Haven 503 on Instagram, the link is there.
Okay. Do you style hair for both adults and children?
Yes, but I'm currently on a children's strikes for COVID. So no for the kids. But yeah, I do. But until everything is kind of settled, kids are kind of on the back side of that.
And why is that?
So many fluids, crying, getting your hair braided hurts. So it's just, you don't want to have to deal with that and be exposed. So
And they don't like to wear their mask either. Right?
they're pulling them down, or absolutely, or the parents doesn't feel like it's important. So I'm getting old. I can't be bending over chasing these kids. Hold on now. So yeah, big kids only, 13 and up. 13 and up, come mess with me. Yeah.
Okay. When you were doing hair for little kids, at what's the lowest age you would go?
One, they got hair, I'm doing they got hair, I'm doing it, Yeah.
What hairstyles are you most comfortable performing?
Natural hair. I do a lot of natural hair. Braiding, weaving, silk presses. Working on my cut game as far as barbering, but could give you a good trim. Healthy, not a cut, healthy trim.
Do you provide coloring services?
And coloring services, yes.
Oh, okay. So what's your favorite hairstyle that you've done so far?
Braiding is my favorite so far because you could be so artistic with it. I would say feed-ins is my number one right now that I love.
Oh, I like those. So do you have what are your favorite hair products for, coily hair?
I use Design Essentials. That's one of our curly hair products, but I don't know. It's so many that it's per client, I would say. It's based on because what works for you might not work for her, but Design Essential is kind of uniform. So that'll be like the go-to if I recommend a client to get it out the salon.
Okay. Well, do you have any tips for clients who may be tender-headed but still want to get their hair braided?
Pain is beauty. Beauty is pain. Know you're gonna look good after the fact. Because it's so funny because a lot of my little clients, they hate me during the process, but I swear as soon as we're done, I get the biggest hugs. I get all the I like it, thank you. So that makes me feel like okay. And yeah, they don't trip, but in the beginning, yes, but at the end they're satisfied. So
Okay.
just know at the end you're gonna win.
What is the average time for a hairstyle?
For knotless, let's say like 3.5, 4 hours.
And what exactly are knotless braids?
Knotless is the best thing since sliced bread, since they didn't started this. Where has it been? I guess it's been out for a long time, but they're finally making it to the platform where it's okay to show scalp, because back in the day, like, you didn't want to show no scalp. Everything was braids but hide all my hair, scalp, you know what I mean? Now you can get to the design and the part, which is so unique that's what the knotless do. And then it's so much better for like your hair as far as the tension, because you can feed the hair in, so you're not putting all that tension directly onto your starter scalp. So knotless are the GOAT. They're the go-to. They last just as long as box braids if you have the 4C, 4A, 4B kind of hair. I like knotless. Go-to.
Have you ever formulated your own hair products to help with like, itching when you get braids?
So I do. I recommend a formula that I use, which is Sea Breeze, and I mix something with that and this oil that my sister have, and it's for like anti-itching, the smell, the relief, and you can put a little oil on it to soothe it. So we do have some stuff like that as well.
Okay. Do you travel to do hair?
No. But when I go home, everybody want their hair done, but I'm not like a traveling hairstylist. But every time I go home, someone's like, Tanesha, you here? I want to get my hair done. So yeah, but I'm not going there for that, if that makes sense. I need to start doing that. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it'll probably help get your work out there to more
Worldwide.
diverse people for sure. Okay, what is your proudest professional accomplishment?
I probably would just say being the first Black-owned business that survived COVID, that's been here. My mural, I have this bomb mural on the side that's giving back to Black culture. It has like artists of Nipsey, Tupac. It has Harriet Tubman, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. It got everybody. It got me. You know what I'm saying? It got everybody.
Most importantly.
But yeah, it's a really, really, really dope mural that kind of gives back and speaks volume to the community that has never seen nothing like that. Yeah.
Wow. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of having a hair salon versus doing hair out of your house?
I would say it's all advantages, especially if you are a good quality service hairstylist. You're gonna, meet your ends meet of revenue, so that's not gonna be a problem. And then the fact of being outside your house, you're not bringing people to your private location. I did it. I loved it. No overhead, but it's time to step up and okay, this is enough. You made your platform here, and you got to go to the salon. So I would say that space, and then just having your own is kind of the best.
For sure. So in your salon, do you rent booths out to other hairstylists?
I do.
And they also perform hair for natural hair services or all kinds of hair textures?
Natural hair services, braiding.
Okay. And how many employees or do you have in your salon?
One. It's just me and Octavia.
Oh, so you guys are busy.
Yes. We by appointment only.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, walk-ins is kind of sparse.
Okay. So how would your clients describe you in 3 words?
She loud. She sings the whole time she does my hair, and she's good. They gonna tell you I get down, so I'm good.
Oh, good. So have you ever collabed with any other hairstylists in Portland on any projects, hair shows?
Just Hair is my girl, Queenie. We've done hair shows. We went and set up booths and stuff. She's my number one. Other than that, I haven't really collabed. There's some nice artists out there that probably in the future, but so far she's the one that's my go-to.
Okay. And she provides the same hair services?
She has a hair shop on MLK. She sell hair bundles, and yeah, her salon provides the natural hair care, weaves, perms.
Oh, okay. So, what do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I want Hair Haven to be fully staffed, and would like it to be a platform to where I'm not behind the chair as much, and I can do kind of behind the scene things as make products and do special things for the community. That's what I would want to do in the future, is like get to that point where I'm not demanded to be behind the chair as often.
Okay. Do you provide mentoring services for up and coming hairstylists?
Not mentoring, but I do have a braid class, and I do provide that for the community and up and coming artists, braiders. So I do the braid class.
Oh, I have something important to ask. So, you know how a lot of Caucasian people adopt Black children. Do you hope to provide someday classes specifically for those people to get?
Yes, actually, that was the reason for starting the braid class at first. It was for like the DHS workers that have foster care and the adoption agencies that reach out to people that could provide these services. The one thing that I've learned though is that their finances aren't, so you need to volunteer kind of, and if I could build a team to volunteer to help them and then allow that, then yeah. But right now they're like, we can't do it. So I moved around and went to the people that can afford to,
For sure, because time is
yeah,
money.
it is. But I wish, because when they bring them kids in there, you'd be like, get your butt up out of here. Yeah.
Okay. So, what's the greatest lesson you've learned since becoming a hair professional?
I would say patience. Patience is my biggest blessing and lesson learned, because with that, you want something so bad, you know what I mean? But time creates it all. And when you allow yourself to have that, you could get to where you want to go. So don't like overdo it. Don't rush it. Just kind of have patience and let it flow. You might fail, you might, win for whatever you're doing, but eventually it'll all come back with a lesson learned of patience. So that's my greatest thing I can get at people. Have patience in this, because it's not like overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the opportunity to do someone's hair who's well known or famous or anything like that?
Yes, I did a couple. I did Sway Lee's hair from Black Beatles. I did Sway Lee's, and I did Lazy hair from Bone Thug. That's my guy. Shout out Lazy. And a couple others, but yeah, those were the main big ones.
That's
and that was
cool.
dope.
And did you feel like from that it brought you more, clients, or helped your work be more known?
It did, because I was busy. Like around that time, it was like I was getting pulled left and right. That was like 2017, 2018. Yeah, it was busy.
That's super cool. So what is the best advice you can give to someone who is wanting to get into the hair industry?
If you have a passion for it, this is like the best career to choose, because you're able to be creative. You can give back. And there's no cap on how much money you can make. You are your boss. You can make endless money, endless revenue. You can, like me, I'm trying to do generational wealth. I'm trying to pass this down. I got 4 kids. I'm trying to put them, in pursuit to follow suit. So this is something especially for Black people, to have that platform. Madam C.J. Walker, she started it, you know what I mean? And for her to allow us to be on platforms and levels to create hair solutions. There's so much stuff that hairstylists are. We're therapists. We're all in one. Best friends. We're your enemy. I feel like we are the most prayed for people. When people go to sleep, they be like, Lord Jesus, please let my hairstylist be okay so she can make this appointment tomorrow. Like, we get prayed for. You know what I mean? Like, so I honor that. I love the fact that I can give back to the community and my name is out there. It's on that person's head. You know what I mean? So I would say if you have the passion for making people feel good and look good, this is your calling.
For sure. Wow. So how can our viewers find you on your social media platforms?
You can find me at Hairhaven 503 on Instagram, Hairhaven 503 on Facebook, and that's pretty much it. I do have a scheduling site, Vagaro, and then the website is www.hairhaven503.com.
Wow, we'll be sure to link all of that below.
Yeah, thank
Well,
you.
it's been a pleasure having you. I can't wait to book my little hair appointment.
Come see me. Yes, thank you.
Hi, Octavia. So glad you can be here with Tanesha and us today.
Hi, me too.
So we have a couple questions for you as well. Were you also raised here in Portland?
Yes and no. I am from Michigan, but I moved here in middle school. So I've been here for like half my life at this point.
Okay. And you moved here with family?
Yeah. I moved here with my sisters and we moved here to be closer to my mom's family.
Okay. And how'd you get started in doing hair?
So I've always like done, like as a Black woman, like you always do hair, you know, because you
me.
have hair. And so I've always done like my siblings, my cousins' hair, like kind of like Tanesha said, but like doing hair professionally, I had a friend. Actually, she was my hairstylist and I forced her to be my friend. Coincidentally, she's from LA too. But I befriended her and she just always used to tell me basically everything that Tanesha said, like, if you know how to braid, like, you should just do it. You know, you can make a lot of money, make your own hours, like, meet, you know, other people who look like you. And eventually she just wore me down and I did it.
Okay. So how long have you been working at Hair Haven?
I've been working at Hair Haven for going on 6 months. I moved there in October from Portland. So my 6 months will be in like April.
Okay. And prior to that, were you working at another hair salon?
No, prior to that, I actually had my own salon with my friend. So we co-shared a salon, a studio salon, but I wanted to be a part of, so because when you have your own, like a studio, it's a little more of like a one-on-one with you and the client, but I wanted to be a part of like a salon environment. And so in moving, I had like a couple of non-negotiables. I wanted to be somewhere that was Black owned because I wanted, if I'm going to be paying to be somewhere, I want to give my money to, you know, I want to put my money back into my people or my community. And then I originally wanted to be in Portland, but that was something I was willing to compromise on because when I found Tanesha, we like the interview, it was like, she's like, okay, let's see if you want to come. And so I went and it was like her and her auntie. And it was just like, it gave me like auntie vibes. I was like, I feel like I'm at my auntie's house. And it just worked out real quick.
Oh, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
So what education and training have you gone in order to, you know, open your own hair salon and now be working at?
So yeah, just like Tanesha was saying, like it's like with hair, it's the certification, at least with natural hairstyling. So I was in school for psychology and then I just started, you know, I was doing hair like as a side hustle, you know, and eventually it just the demand became more and more. And so like there were things that I already knew and practices, you know, just from growing up. And then I have like different people who I would consider them like mentors, like big sister kind of vibes. And so I would go and like watch them or they would show me a new technique if I wanted to learn like knotless or like feed-ins. And other than that, it's like I went and got my certification, took the board exam and was certified. But I do plan to go, because I'm a natural hairstylist. I'm not like an overall hairstylist, so I don't color and things like that. But I do plan to go to school to learn those other techniques because it would be nice to have other skills.
Okay. So do you also do hair for both adults and children?
I do. I don't accept children younger than 10 years old, but 10-year-olds enough. Yeah, I accept them.
Okay. And outside of the salon, do you also do hair like at home or just mainly at the hair salon?
So, well, mainly at the hair salon because, you know, that's just like where all my work is. But I do a lot of like me and some of my friends or my, people I know in the community like to do like different creative projects. So sometimes I'll go and like work on a shoot and I'll like, do hair. But typically, ideally, I would have them come to the salon, do their hair, and then go there and help like, keep it, fresh. But sometimes, my sister has a shoot, so I'll just do her hair at home really quick or something like that. But usually at the salon for the most part.
Okay. So what's your favorite hairstyle to design?
So I'm also still very new. So I've only been doing hair professionally for a year. And so, and only licensed for coming up on a year. And so I'm still learning a lot. Tanesha's going to be teaching me how to do feed-in soon, which I'm excited for because I'm going to be able to do a lot more. But as of now, I really love doing men's like designs, or usually I feel like a lot of women want like something with extensions or, and I can't do feed-ins yet with that. So I haven't mastered that, but I do a lot of men's designs. And so I get to play around and be creative, like she was saying. And then also right now, the knotless goddess braids are really popular. And that's the braids with the curls coming out of them. And so those are really fun too. I like those.
Okay.
Everyone looks like a princess when they're done with those.
So what is your proudest professional accomplishment so far?
So far, I don't know if this counts, but I'm a very sentimental person. And so everything is a proud professional accomplishment for me. I will have like a good day at work and I'm like, oh my gosh. But it's just everything, especially when you're working with people who feel like family. But a moment that I had recently that I was really proud of was a lot of us hairstylists were published in Portland Monthly, and they interviewed me and asked, about a lot of the questions that you guys are asking as well, and then featured a photo of me on the cover. But the same day that the cover was released, I got a Snapchat memory, and it was a video of me a year to the day before I was taking my very first female client for box braids. And in the video, I'm so frustrated. I have like my mannequin head and I'm practicing hair attachment, like trying to teach myself how to make it look nice. And I'm like, this is really frustrating. And I was like, I'm just gonna keep trying and do the best I can. But I was like, I hope, a year from now or a couple of years from now, I can show this video to someone and they can look back and be like, oh, she's really good now. So like if she started there, then I can do it too. And it was only a year later. And I was like, wow, like only 1 year, and look at everything that we've done and all the, people I've got to meet. And so it was a really proud moment for me because I was like, that's what 365 days can do if you just keep trying.
Yes, a lot can happen in a year.
Yeah, it was proud for me.
Okay, how would your clients describe you using 3 words?
Oh, I hope I get this right. I think, so I'm a good listener. I think that's something I've worked really hard on. So I'd say good listener. And then that's the sentence, my bad. And then, I don't know, I'm very personal with my clients, very personable too. I love to connect with people. The best part of my job is that I get to connect, with my people. It's not just I'm making them look good and they're out of there. It's a braided style takes a couple hours at least. So I get to know like, oh, how are your kids doing? Oh, did you get that job? And so I always make sure to do that with, especially all of my regulars. And then the last would probably be annoying because I am the stylist that is singing the whole time. I don't care if I'm this close to your hair, I'm gonna be singing. And I always got 90s R&B on, so I'm gonna hit the notes. Might not hit them well, but I'm gonna do it.
Have you ever collabed with another hairstylist? Or it could be the fashion, just collab with another creative in Portland?
Yeah, I would say that the natural hair community, in my opinion, is close. Like, whenever I meet someone, I connect them to, like, I'm like, oh, Tanesha, this is Jalea. Jalea's like, oh, this is Bree, And so it's like, we're always, I feel like, learning from each other. Like, oh, that style is really cute. Like, you're gonna have to do that on me type thing. And so, yes, I go out of my way to meet, even if it's just through a DM, like the other hairstylists, because I'm not always available too. So, on the days where I can't take someone, I want to send them to you because I still want them to get their hair done, and I want to see you get your money too. And so, yeah, I've done like, different with photo shoots or just with sharing clients, that kind of thing, learning from other stylists. I'm really big on learning. So I'm always like peeking over like, Tanesha, what are you doing? Oh, can I come and watch you? And so, because I have a lot to learn.
Okay, so what's the greatest lesson you've learned since braiding professionally?
The greatest lesson I've learned is that it's more than braiding. It's definitely more than braiding for me, and it always has been. When I was braiding as a side hustle, I was like working 2 jobs. I was like nannying, working at a coffee shop, in school, and then braiding was my side hustle, and I could not wait to get to my clients. Like, even on the days where I didn't want to go to them, I'm like, I had a long day or like, whatever, I would go anyways, because I had them booked, and it'd be the end of the day, and it would always, every time, be the best part of my day, is connecting with, like, because it's always an authentic connection. When you meet someone you don't know, you're just sitting, you're doing something for them, they're paying you, and you just get to very candidly get to know them, like what's going on in your world, talk about things that, people overshare with their hairstylist. So you just really get to be there for people and build those authentic connections. So definitely it's more than braiding, for sure.
Okay. Well, what's the best advice you can give to someone looking to get into hair?
The best advice I could give to someone is just be yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people, and just always be a student, because there's always something to learn, like always. I never feel like I've perfected that, or I'm really good at that. Whenever someone has a critique or an advice, like, I always want to listen, because you can always get better. Comparison is the thief of joy. I'm friends with or mentored by all of the best braiders in Portland. People will tell me, they'll come up to me and be like, oh, you're one of the best braiders in Portland. And I'm always like, I know the best braiders in Portland. I know them. And it's okay that I feel okay that, I'm coming up there with them, because I have a lot to learn from them. And I never look at someone else's work, and I never feel this from other people either, but I never look at someone else's work and I'm like, I wish that was mine. Or I look at it and I'm like, I'm like, I can't wait to be there, or like, I always see Tanesha braiding every day. I'm like, every time she finishes style, I'm like, you did that so quick, or that's so, that's so neat. And my energy is always like, if Tanesha can do it, like, I'm going to be doing it one day, because Tanesha's teaching me. Like, I'm always learning from the people around me. So when you start to compare yourself is when you start to lose your joy, and when you start to underperform, because you can only be true to yourself. You'll never be anybody else. So,
for sure. Well, we've recently learned what a lot can do for you in 1 year. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's a good question. Honestly, people always are like, "Are you gonna own your own salon? Are you gonna?" But I really don't know. I do have plans. I want to have other streams of income. I do want to still be doing hair. Like I said, I have a lot to learn. So I don't know, I might love something else more one day. Like, maybe I'll love coloring more at some point, or this or that. But in 5 years, I hope that I still have my regular clients plus a gang of, new ones. And I hope that, I'm down, hopefully in LA doing hair. Tanesha have her second shop open, and I'll be over there, and hopefully have like, a family. I'm like teaching other people how to do the things that I've learned how to do, starting to give back the things that I've learned.
Oh, wow. Sure. Well, how can our viewers find you on your social media?
So they can find me on Instagram at Braided by Octo. And then all my work is there, and then my booking link is there also. And the booking link is Braided by Octo at glossgenius.com. And yeah, I think that's it.
Perfect. We'll be sure to link those. I can't wait to get my hair done. Anybody, one of y'all.
You'll get it done. We'll get you right.
Good. Thank you.